In this video, I'll be breaking down a few different ways that you can trade with a 9-to-5 job. Before I was a full-time trader, I used to work at the bank. I used to deal with people at the front, so I would constantly be dealing with people, right? So I didn't have any time to trade while I was at my 9-to-5 job. You know, there's some people who work from home and they're able to have a monitor up here. I didn't have that luxury. I was in there working with clients and there was just no way that I was able to trade. The only way I was able to trade is when I was waking up at 2 a.m. for London session, and then I would trade and learn everything I could while I was still developing. I would trade until I had to go to work, which is around New York session time. And then during New York session, I'd just constantly be with clients, go home, sleep, wake up, and do it again. This process absolutely crushed me over time because I was so exhausted. I was only getting like 4 hours of sleep. And you know, some people may be able to operate like that, but for me, there was no way I was able to. After a series of months, I literally ran myself into the ground. My trading paid the price for it. I lost so many trades because I literally wasn't awake. I'd wake up and I'd 4 setups and I just wasn't awake and I wasn't optimal, and it was really hurting my trading. And if I had to go back and redo it, there is something that I would implement instead of doing what I was doing. I will talk about that later on in the video. So if you have a 9-to-5 job, the first thing I want you to do is decide what session you are able to trade. So we have New York session, we have London session, we have Asia session. So what I want you to do is, based on where you live in the world and when you have free time, I want you to dictate when the session you can trade is, okay? So like I said, Asia, London, or New York. Then what I want you to do is pick a currency pair that moves during that session. So what I mean by that is, if you're trading Asia, I want you to trade AUD JPY or USD JPY or AUD USD. Okay, so these currency pairs move a lot during Asia. New York session, AU also moves, but if you go on your chart right now, you'll notice that during Asia session, Aussie dollar moves very, very nice. So take a look at those pairs, but mainly any pair that has yen or Australian dollar is going to be the pair that you want to trade. If you're trading London session, I want you to trade GBP USD or Euro USD. Those are the two best pairs in my opinion for London session. You could obviously trade GJ if you want to as well, or any pound pair. I would say those two pairs are the best for day trading in London session. If you're trading New York session, you have a little bit more pairs. You can trade any of the major currency pairs, which would be GBP USD, Euro USD, AUD USD, USD CAD, USD CHF, and USD JPY. Those are the best pairs to trade in New York. You can trade any of those, but the pairs that I personally suggest are Euro USD and AUD USD and GBP USD. Those three pairs are the best for New York session. This is very important because you want to pick the pairs that are moving nicely during those sessions. And it's tough because if you pick a pair that's not in its own session, most likely it's going to consolidate. There's not going to be a lot of volume. And when you are taking these trades, it's not going to go in your favor, most likely. You're entering in a low liquidity period, right? And we want to be trading when the institutions are moving money around, which is during the sessions with those currency pairs. Now, what I'm going to do is explain to you the one thing that I would change if I could go back in time. Obviously I can't, but after a lot of reflecting on how my journey was and how I'm trading now, I do think this is going to help you massively if you do have a 9-to-5 job. So the best way to trade with a 9-to-5 job is to be a swing trader. That is hands down the best way, and I'm going to explain to you in a second here. The reason is swing trading allows you to have so much more freedom throughout your day, and I like swing trading now even as a full-time trader when I can day trade every single day because of the freedom it allows me to have. You know, I was able to go to Toronto the other day and help my buddy with a business venture. I can go see my parents, I can go golfing, I can do all these things while still working. And that's something that I really, really wish I could go back and change is I wish during that period, instead of running myself into the ground, I was just swing trading. And the reason swing trading is so powerful is because you're able to just set and forget. You know, you're able to just set your pending limit, let it do its thing. It's either going to hit stop loss or it's going to hit TP throughout your day. And this could be useful if you're like myself and you want to work on other business ventures, or if you just simply have a 9-to-5 job and can't look at the charts during that 9-to-5 job. Like I said earlier in the video, some people are very lucky in the sense that they work from home and they're able to do both. But if you were like myself, or maybe you work construction or anything of that nature, there's no way you're going to be able to check your trades. There's no way you're going to be able to trade during that period. So say you come home after your 9-to-5 job, you can set a pending limit at night on your high time frame areas, or you can wake up in the morning and set a pending limit on where you think the market's going to go to during that New York session, during that Asia, during that London session, when you are at your 9-to-5 job. This is going to give you so much more mental clarity because you're not sitting there trying to force trades. You know, sometimes I would go to the bathroom at work and try and and trade, and it just it didn't work. So if you are someone who is already a swing trader, I think you already have it correct. If you're a day trader right now and you're trying so hard to trade throughout session, or you're doing what I was doing and you're waking up in the middle of the night getting no sleep, try swing trading. I think it'll benefit you immensely. All you have to do is stick to the high time frames. Like for myself, I use the weekly, the daily, and the 4-hour time frame, and I'll enter on the 4-hour or the daily depending on the zone that I'm looking at. And it's super simple, guys. And I do think if you have a 9-to-5 job, this is the style for you, hands down. Like I said, this will save you so much mental clarity, and it'll save you from missing your setups throughout New York, throughout London, throughout Asia. It's going to bring a ton of value to you, and I think it's the missing puzzle if you are someone who is still struggling. I hope you took some value away from this. I hope if you're someone at home who is maybe a little bit discouraged because you have this 9-to-5 job, I hope this gives you a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. This is something that I truly would go back and change if I could. Obviously I can't, and I'm grateful for where I am now, obviously. But still, throughout my years of trading and reflecting, there are things that I could have done better, and this is one of those things, and I thought it would be perfect to share with you guys. So if you're interested in swing trading, I have a new swing trading section with arm trading, my mentorship. If you're interested in that, go check it out. If not, continue to watch the free videos. It's entirely up to you. And what do I say at the end of every single video? Let's be 1% better every single day. If you did enjoy this video, please drop a like for the algo. Please drop a comment for the algo, and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you in the next one.